back, gatekeepers. We had another shorter week in Fairmont Crest thanks to the Champions League, but the 3 episodes we did get were absolutely packed. The gates are getting blown wide open this week. From Danny and Andre's wild 70s style Foxy Brown fantasy to Grayson finally spilling the truth about Leah to Jacob. The stakes have never been higher. Plus, we have to talk about this Sonny Anderson cameo and the growing shadow of the Impaler. Grab your tea because we're breaking down everything from the week of May 4th. All right, welcome back. So, we're going to get right into this 70s style blaxploitation view that we get of Andre and Danny. So, question about that. So did this 70s inspired spy sequence thing between Danny and Andre feel like a creative detour, or did it stall the momentum of the main investigation?
I was like, what the fuck is going on? And why we had it? Like, don't get me wrong. It was cool to see them, dressed that way and, talking the way that they were talking. But at a certain point, it was kind of cheesy. And I was like, why? Why? And then Andre, you always talk about Jacob not being believable. In that particular moment, that was not believable. Even though it was supposed to be like a fantasy or some shit, it was not believable, and I wasn't here for it at all. Now, if they were half naked, it probably would have been.
Listen, whereas I love a creative detour, I would have to agree. I was like, okay, what's happening here? Am I having a fever dream? Did I fall asleep during this episode and this is something my mind has conjured up? Or am I really watching a blaxploitation film? What is happening? Now, mind you, I am a huge fan of blaxploitation films, right? Love it. But I just feel like it was kind of ill-placed. I'm here for a fun time, but it has to kind of make sense. And for me, honestly, it was slightly reminiscent of this crap that they pulled in Star Trek with all of those extra quirky filler episodes that they gave us. And so it was a tad bit off-putting, I'm not gonna lie, but I love Danny. Anytime I get to see her on screen, she is absolutely hilarious to me. Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like it was ill-placed. Like, what are we doing? I want to have a conversation and sit down in the writer's room and say, hey guys, I realize that we are only doing 3 episodes, right? And so what's happening here? Is this the direction we really want to go in when we have 3 episodes? Now, don't get me wrong. There was a lot happening across these 3 episodes. But yeah, I wasn't here for it either. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm like, my goodness. Jesus. All right, moving on. Woo! The Grayson and Leah betrayal. So Grayson has finally ratted out Leah to Jacob. Do you think that this was a genuine act of his conscience, or is he basically trying to save his own skin before the plasma ring comes falling down?
No, I think it was his conscience, because he started to give Jacob her name before he even knew that Jacob was a police officer. And so anything that he did at that particular point in time, like even him telling how he got into it, how he got roped in, and how he was made to stay in it, all of it was believable at that particular point in time, because he didn't know that Jacob was an undercover police officer. He knew that Jacob was a police officer, but he didn't know that he was undercover. He just thought he was a dirty cop. I didn't even know that he knew who Jacob was until these past 3 episodes.
I think he has a conscience. I genuinely, at first I was like, I don't really know, but I think he genuinely does care for Ashley. Oddly enough, I call her Trashley because I think her character is absolutely boring. And this has at least given her an ounce of depth. So I do appreciate that, because my goodness, it's a snooze fest every single time I see her come on the screen. And now it's a little less of a snooze fest. So now that Jacob has this information, right? He knows that Leah, who is a very prominent figure in Fairmont Crest, the chief of staff at the hospital. How do you think he's going to handle the information that he has? Do you think he'll protect Leah in any sort of way because of their history? Or is she officially the new public enemy in Fairmont Crest?
She's officially the new. She's public enemy number one. However, she is not the tip of the spear, and that's what he wants, right? And so, and she's made that claim several times that she's not the top dog, and so he's going to use her as best he possibly can to get whomever this bad guy is. Now, at one point, I was thinking it was Joey, but clearly it cannot be. At least I don't think that it's Joey, because this is way major. Like Joey kind of hides in plain sight. And this is like so undercover, and and there's a conscience to Joey, even though he's killed people. There seems to be a conscience to Joey where he's not going to do certain things, and I don't think that this is one of those things that Joey would have gotten himself into.
I feel like they do such a great job of conveniently hinting us in the direction of Joey that it's probably not him. So I would agree. I'm just curious to see like how far up this goes. So I'm interested to see how Leah is going to react and respond. So much happened in these past couple of episodes, specifically the last one with Smitty and the horrible cop, Jacob. I know. I have to do
By the way, another motel scene with the two of them. What was it? Do you want me to come to your hotel room or your motel room?
At this point, it's just getting sickening. Like, y'all are damn near sitting on each other's laps now. This is like, okay, is this intentional to just kind of give viewers a little thirst trap or something? Because they are uncomfortably close, and we've talked about this several times.
I love it.
Saying y'all are like related, adjacent. This is
cousin-in-laws.
So next question. Do you feel like Smitty and Jacob went
yes.
to not that question. This is not that question. You're so silly. So do we think Smitty and Jacob go too far by pressuring Grayson the way that they did, knowing that Ashley is directly in the line of fire?
No, because at the end of the day, they need the information, and he is their in, and so they've got to get it. And if he's their in, they've got to get it from him. The best that they could do, the best that they could do is to protect everyone around Grayson, and at this particular point, Jacob as well, because there's a possibility that Jacob will be implicated in all of this.
I would not. I'm gonna say it again. I would not be upset if they write Ashley out. I would not be upset. I don't think that they will. But like I said, at the very least, at least they've given this character a little more depth at this point. And we have not seen Derek in a month of Sundays on these episodes. I'm not upset about that either.
They got rid of him as a character.
Oh my God, I have got to get on the blogs.
Yeah, that was well, you know, they record months in advance. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they got rid of him, I want to say like in February, something like that.
My. Okay. Well, good to know. Not upset about that. Will Ashley be next? All right. I'm gonna let it go. I digress. So this love triangle with Naughty Nikki and what do I call them? Nicholton, Nicole Carlton, and Kyle Nicholton. They do have this cameo from this food person from what's the station? I don't want to say the wrong one.
Is it not the Food Network?
Maybe Food Network. Sonny Anderson. Did it highlight some of the awkwardness between Nicole, Ted, and Carlton? I know I mentioned Kyle, but in this episode, we're on the back of the anniversary and all of that is happening. So kind of throwing this cameo character in, did it make things a little bit awkward? Because what we find is, like, after that little encounter, I feel like Nicole's kind of overcompensating a little bit once she takes Carlton to bed afterwards. So I don't know. I guess a better question is she trying too hard to shed her past with with Ted?
Ooh, is she trying too hard to shed her past with Ted? I don't think that she's trying too hard. I think that she's a bit too indecisive right now. Yeah, I think that's the best that I could give her. And let's be honest, her particular storyline is kind of dry as well. Don't get me wrong. I love what they're doing. I love the men. I love the potential for future storylines. But this particular storyline it's kind of like, these soap operas. I guess they assume that people are going to stop watching a couple weeks and then tune back in. And so they got to like draw it out. But I watch all these episodes and this is boring.
Is to say that it's, the first couple of times, like, okay, I'm with you there. Like, boom, this is interesting. But now it's just like, okay, I would agree that it is getting kind of dry. And you would think, okay, ooh, love triangle, exciting. But now it's just like, okay, what are we doing? Where is this going?
I want to see one of them. I mean, because both of these men are man of means. Not millionaires, but they've got some money, right? Take her on a trip, take her on a cruise, take her, buy her some, do something spectacular. And that might not be Nicole's thing, and they might have gained that, from her. But at least give us the illusion that they are like really wooing her. Like right now, it's let's have dinner and sex.
It's flat. It's absolutely flat. I would agree. When she is sleeping with Carlton and imagining Ted, I was like, ooh, okay. Well,
So who amongst us?
Nope, not going there with you. No, go there. Go there. Go there. I know where you're going. I know your mind.
So sorry.
Go there.
Woo.
Go there.
Oh, okay.
Scored. We go there.
Next question.
Who among us?
I'm so sorry.
In our former lives, I'm helping you develop your question.
I have no question. But I will say, let me speak for myself. Several times where I'm being intimate with one person and I'm actually thinking about someone else. I don't think that is an odd thing, especially because she had been with Ted for over 20 years, right? So that is a completely normal thing, I think, to do. Yeah, so much so that I'm sharing too much. No, I'm just saying, like, there have been times where I've said the wrong name, and
people be doing it.
They didn't bat an eye. It was like, yeah, I thought that you called me by your ex, but I think that happens a lot as well.
It's a very awkward situation to be in. I'm gonna say that, and we're gonna move on. Been there, done there, got a shirt about it. All right. The Lynette mystery. My goodness, and our little Nancy Drew cat. Let me say this. I like Cat, but Cat gets on my nerves. She is starting to really work my nerves. It's almost this, it's like she's a little mean girl. And more a little mean girl than helpful. And so something about her character is getting to be off-putting for me. I don't know. Maybe it'll change. We'll see. But at any rate,
that is so strange because you love everybody, everything.
You would think.
And to say that a character is like pissing you off.
She is. It's just like, girl, ghosted. Like, and I'm not the biggest fan of Bill, but even with the way it's like, okay, I know you are a young lady, but at that point, like how she's acting, it's like, okay, little girl, look, I want to tell her, go sit down, go find you someone to play with. That is a grown man. That is still your uncle. I don't care what it is. Chill out. Stop doing that. And now you're getting into a position, you're putting your boyfriend into a position to where he's going to have trouble at work because you're overstepping.
That part.
He's like, so novice and tender dick that he don't know how to put you in your damn place.
It's the second part. It's not the first part. It's the second part.
Like, my goodness. But at any rate, so Kat has kind of locked in on this Lynette business. Again, it does kind of work my nerves. She has some good spidey senses, but at the same time, she does get on my nerves. So I'll say that. But at any rate,
there's always a way in which you can handle a particular situation. In that particular situation, I would not have gone to Bill. Like, you do what you got to do from the shadows. You know what I'm saying? You report whatever you learn to Tomas, so Tomas can, further his investigation.
It's just, she's adamant about this grandstanding and this matter-of-fact type attitude that it's like, okay, even though you have just this natural, flair for having these hunches and being really close, you messed it all up by opening your mouth. Like, you're doing too much. So if Randy is the one who actually handled the Lynette problem, does this officially make him the top suspect for being the impaler? So do we feel like Randy is pulling some strings in this plasma ring?
Wow. Wow.
This question was not developed by me, by the way. But I'm wondering.
No. I'm like the implications of it. Okay, is it possible? Is it plausible? Yes. What it then sets up in my mind is that there's another bad guy on the scene, if you will. And how will Joey react? What will his response be? And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to game that out right now, and I think that's powerful TV.
Because Fairmont is in essence his town, right? Mm-hmm. His territory. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see. At any rate, we'll move on from that. I'm really wondering if Lynette is dead or just gone. I'm just really, really curious about that.
Oh, to your point, if she's not gone, perhaps she shared with Randy her plan, and maybe she's the impaler and Randy is the enforcer.
That would be interesting if Lynette has some rank to her. Then just for kicks, Haley. Oh my goodness. How realistic do we think her scheme with Bill and moving the money around to escape to this island, so to speak, how realistic do we think this plan is with her? We know she scammed people in the past. They've alluded to it. but how realistic is this plan?
Nothing is going to come of it. I think, and the reason for it is because I think that people who watch the show actually like her character. So much so that they're going to want to keep her around. And what I like, it's all these what ifs, and it's all these bad guys, right? And to me, a soap opera has got to have a lot of bad guys, just bad for the sake of being bad. And in this particular show, with the exception of Haley and old girl,
Leslie, those two are the only bad guys, if you will. There's no like 100% hardcore bad guy. Very late.
And I need bad guys. I remember when I was watching Days of Our Lives, and baby, especially on Fridays, when Fridays would come, you knew it was about to go down. And I need this to be like that show. Like it's about to go down.
I feel like they'll get there. They're new. I'm a fan. I am a fan. So we're gonna see how long it takes them to get there. But from what I saw, I feel like they've been renewed for I think 2 more seasons already. Mm-hmm. So I was excited about that, especially because again, these people look like us. So I'm a huge supporter of that. Anything that you have questions about, or just like burning questions lingering out there?
I don't have any burning questions. I do want to talk about like some controversy. There's always like real controversy and fake controversy. But I happen to think this is fake controversy. So people were upset about the fact that, and I think this was last week. I think we covered it last week. That Smitty was basically naked in front of Ted. And people were like, other people were like, "Hey, guys get naked in front of other guys all the time, especially in locker rooms." And he wasn't even naked. So what's the big deal? So what are your thoughts about that?
So I think that we are reaching. It's a locker room at a country club, no less. The propriety, right? And so it's still a locker room. And I didn't see anything odd or awkward about that because it's a locker room. For changing, doing whatever. You have people that are going to work or whatever after this is like a intermission, or even if they're not, it's a locker room. And so I think it's not that big of a deal. And my follow-up question would be, are we off put by this because we know that Smitty is a homosexual male, or is this just, are people really that prude?
I think you hit on it like right there. It's just the fact, not just the fact that he's gay, but he looked as good as he did. If he didn't look as good as he did, there would not be a problem. And what people are, I think, what they're obsessing over is the fact that it's a gay man. He looks as good as he does, and they felt uncomfortable with that particular image. But here's the thing. We see men kissing men on television all the time. We see men having sex with men on television all the time. Why is that not a problem? But that was, meaning Smitty wearing a towel. Why was that a problem?
To me, it wasn't even like a homoerotic undertone or anything. And for me, it wasn't. For me, I get more of a homoerotic undertone whenever Jacob and Smitty are in the same room sitting next to each other than I did when Smitty half naked in a locker room with his father-in-law. And that's just on real talk. Like, Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I agree with you. Smitty looked like an ice cube after 7 days in the Sahara Desert. You know, he got stuck and just waiting. And so he did look amazing. But I genuinely think it's because of the situation. I think people are just grappling at straws at this point. I mean, look at it. Look, you see the dip. You see the dip. You see it. I mean, not a hair in sight. You know, and my goodness. Hey.
Except those thick brows, which I love because I ain't got none. So
neither. But it's like, people just enjoy the fruit. Literally enjoy the fruit. Because the boy looked good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is absolutely annoying to me. Like, let it go. But yeah. Any other controversial things that are floating around in the world of Beyond the Gates that we have not discussed?
Not that I've seen, but I've on Facebook, I see this question all the time, and you've asked once, which character would you not mind being, I don't know, taken off the show?
Oh, I thought you were going in another direction. I was peeping around the corner and saying, where's this question going? Which character would I not mind? I've said it, Trashley. Trashley can be the first to go. I would not bat a lash, shed a tear, would not be upset. And to take it a step further, we've talked about this before. I would love to see Jacob working at like a Macy's, or giving out samples in the food court. But a detective, absolutely not. I would even be okay with him folding towels at Bed Bath & Beyond. But a detective, no, absolutely not. He is the worst. And I do mean the worst. I have seen animated detectives, I mean, Darkwing Duck, be more effective at his job than Jacob is as a detective. Y'all, Jermaine is about to fall out of his chair. And I am saying this with a straight face because I'm serious. And listen, no disrespect, because I love this show. I love the characters. And as an actor, I'm not saying you're a bad actor, but as a detective, it is just not believable. I would probably like to see Tomas as a detective more than Jacob, or even I would take Smitty as an actual detective, you know, which is kind of on brand for him anyway, because he's an investigative journalist. I'd put his no, it's on my nerves.
Is it because he's a twink?
No.
What is it about him?
About Jacob?
Yeah.
He's horrible at his job. First of all, we've talked about.
Okay, but the writing would be the same. So what would be like? Why these other actors playing that character would make it more believable?
I don't think it's because he's a twink. I don't know what it is. It's something that is just off. It's just, I don't believe him as a detective, because you can be a twink. Smitty.
So then it has to be his acting.
Smitty. Okay. So let's just put it out. Maybe it is his acting. Because Smitty is a twink, and I will believe him as a detective. Or twinkish. Twinkie.
Yeah, it's twinkish.
Okay, we can coin that phrase, twinkish. I like it. At any rate, and here I am thinking of Smitty as a snack just because you mentioned Twinkies and all this stuff. So, but anyway, definitely Trashley would have to go. And Jacob just put in another role, something. Other than that, I think I'm pretty square with everybody. In the very beginning, I hated Bill's suits. I would love to see them go.
Which storyline would you like either to disappear or to change? Go in a different direction.
So Madison and Chelsea, And it's very easy to forget about them. They've added this whole malpractice suit in there for story arcs or whatever, and so that's fine. But with them, I've grown a little bored. With that storyline. I would like to see something else happen with that. I would like to see more of Eva. And by default, more of Isaiah. More of Isaiah. Yes.
Oh, Isaiah. Oh, okay. I thought you talking about Leslie.
Same question. What about you?
Ooh, storyline that I would like to see go or change. I think I want to see Leslie with someone else. I was excited about Leslie being with the detective, but we haven't seen the detective in a second. I would like to see her develop that. I want to see where it could go, because this show can't just be about her fawning over Ted all the time. Like that's stale, that's boring. We've got to have something different. She's got to mature just a little bit as a character. She hits one beat, and let me tell you, every time that she's asked to do something, she performs. She'll deliver a line and she'll add "ooh" at the end, and that's it. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
I enjoy seeing her. I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes I do, like you say, she does have to mature as a character, but and some of her scenes are overplayed for my taste at times. But I still, it doesn't take away from me wanting to see her. Like when she gets on screen, like, oh my goodness, what is about to happen? Because she's about to bring the drama. Like even down to one of these recent episodes when she's at the country club and she's like telling Nicole, yeah, enjoy your anniversary or whatever, and put it on my tab, but then turns right around and says, excuse me, if Nicole Dupree tries to charge anything to my account, decline.
Well, wait a minute. I don't normally pay attention to, but now you got me paying attention to what they wear. Leslie's hat.
Oh,
I was here for it.
So the people that are designing these people, my goodness, that are dressing them, I am just in awe. Like every time the TV comes on, I'm like, oh my goodness. And again, super excited for the actual bags that made it.
Can I also say this? Tomas and Eva had better chemistry, I think, than Tomas and Kat.
Okay, so look, you're trying to extend this out. Let me tell you something. A blind man can see it. Okay. The only reason that Kat pushed this forward is just so Eva wouldn't happen. You did not want Tomas like that, and you even said as much, like the sex it wasn't good. And so at this point, you're just trying to prove a point and to, so to speak, put Eva in her place, whatever that's supposed to mean. So you just don't want her to have it. But I agree, like the chemistry is not there. It's just, it's flat. It is. It 100% is. And she's not into Tomas like that for real. She really isn't. She's just not. It's forced. It is 100% forced.
Do you think this is a situation where the actors themselves are not clicking, or it's the writing?
I 100% think it is intentional on the writing part, because you saw it. Like even down to if Eva and Tomas were just discussing a book, no sexual innuendos. They're just talking about a book. They're just having a conversation, just conversing, just like you and I are right now. And there is fireworks, okay? Boom, just from discussing a book. Whereas these two can be doing a bang, bang, boogie, slap, slap, tickle. And you're like, okay, what's the weather going to be tomorrow? That's the depth of the chemistry. And to me, that is bananas. They're not believable as a couple to me. And I'm so glad that you went.
Is Tomas playing the long game?
Yes.
Meaning, you
Yes.
think so?
Yes. Yes. I don't know that I don't know that he knows that he is, though. I don't know.
Okay.
I hadn't quite figured that out yet.
Okay.
If you're that duplicitous and calculated, that you know that you're doing it, because oftentimes, more often than not, our background shapes our decisions and our characters and character and how we maneuver through life. And so essentially Tomas has a background more similar to Eva than he has with Kat. They're from two completely different worlds. And so in an effort to be or to have a seat at the table, so to speak, in the country club life and these things, I need someone with clout like Kat, as opposed to my heart and everything in me is more prone to someone more real. And not to say that because you come from money, you're not real. I don't mean it that way. But the upbringing is just different. And not saying that opposites don't attract, because we all know that they do. But it was more authentic with Eva.
So then let me push you just a little further. Once Eva's mother came into money, would that not have changed Tomas's reaction to Eva?
No, absolutely not. And here's why. Simply because that's new money. That's new money. New money does not, it doesn't give you a seat at the table. It buys you a seat at the table. And really, it buys you a seat into the arena. You still don't have a seat at the table, if we're being honest. And so what Kat has is
access,
more perpetual, and access. Okay, so eventually, if Leslie doesn't play her cards right, they're gonna be back broke, But and money doesn't, and I have to call them classless, but money doesn't buy you class. So absolutely not. She just has more. Kat has more stake in the game. She's the more sensible choice. But again, I haven't quite figured out if he's that calculated to where he knows that he's doing it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I thought it was you and I who had this discussion about those two characters, but maybe it was someone else, probably someone at work. And we had landed on basically the same things that you and I are talking about right now. Tomas, while he's always thinking about his future when it comes to love, I don't think that he's planning love in that sense. I think he knows what he has with Kat, but I don't think he's planning it.
Mm-hmm. To me, I just see them as friends. And I don't see it going very far. I just don't. I don't even know if I believe Madison and Chelsea at this point.
Can I be honest with you? Who's the guy that Kat is dating? What's his name? The cop's son?
Oh, wait, the cop's son? Oh, Jacob.
No, not Jacob, but his younger brother.
Oh, Isaiah that Eva's dating. So
Isaiah and Eva. So if I believe that Isaiah and Kat would have better chemistry than even though, okay, let me just say this. I think that Eva is a better actress than Kat. I think that she can pull off anybody. Okay? And I just think that Kat can't. Bottom line, plain and simple.
Kat can't. It's the alliteration for me. I'm Team Eva. I am Team Eva. I'm not gonna lie. I told you that the little off-putting stuff from Kat now is just like, it's a little mean girlish. I don't know that I'm here for it. But I can 100% agree that as an actor or actress, she has a little more depth to her. But also, to be fair, in my own mind, I find Eva more relatable. I can relate to her better than I can relate to Kat. And so had I came from country clubs and all of these things, maybe I might feel differently. I don't know. But I feel like it's more relatable to me.
So Danny Dupree grew up with a silver spoon in her mouth. But we still love her. And she comes across as believable.
But, I'm about to push you.
Okay.
Danny Dupree has a father that came from money, but had a mother that came up out of Cabrini Green.
But that wasn't the world in which she lived.
But her rearing, I feel like from a mother that
what I'm really talking about is the actress.
Look, you see me keep trying to sidestep you with that. But yes, I'm not gonna lie. Carla Mosley, chef's kiss. That's my baby. Love her. Would love to do lunch. Because it was just a great time. But yes, that's fair. That is a fair statement. I mentioned it before. I want to see more of Eva. On screen. I really just do. Like I said, Kat is just starting to get on my nerves. She just is. And it's just like, ugh.
But I do want to say this. It is very clear to me that these writers have a lot of faith in her character, because her character does not go away. Her character doesn't go away. She's in everything. She's in all the Cat is messy. She's a messy cat.
She's not a messy cat.
She in all the business.
Who needs
everybody
Chelsea?
business?
Look, if you like Chelsea Cat, you will love our gossip column, Messy Cat. Okay, y'all getting that for free now. Now look now, Messy Cat. That's the whole column. All right. I see an opportunity there. You know, we always stumble into something great.
What is that character's name that we only see her in the country club, but now her granddaughter is going through the cotillion? Kat is going to be Anastasia in 40 years.
40.
She just don't know it. She just don't know it. She gonna take her place.
That is a great look. I'm sitting up here like I'm with my kids. That is a great connection. Like, oh my goodness. Anastasia. Oh, and she would probably be so offended and gag at the thought of being anywhere near like Anastasia. But you bring in Anastasia energy, you're picking and you're poking. Mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
Mind your business. Mm-hmm. So I don't need to ask you if you're Team Eva or Team Cat, because you know that's the thing out here.
Oh, Team Cat.
Team Cat.
Team Cat. I mean, Team Eva. I'm so sorry. Oh, Lord Jesus. Team Eva.
So shout out over your shoulder.
Team Eva. Lord Jesus. But yeah, no, and it's because she has a heart, and she doesn't lead with vengeance, whereas Kat leads with vengeance.
She's had everything, and so you don't even see, like, whereas you have good in you, you don't see that you're being a bully because you just used to being a sweet girl next door. But yeah, you're messy and you're problematic. Yeah, just not a huge fan. Dang, there was a question that popped in my mind and it flew away just that fast, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll come to me at 3:00 in the morning. But overall rating for these 3 episodes that we got from the week of May 4th. And of course, you'll have to join us for heated rivalry when we do our ratings in inches. But for this show, from Mayfair to 10, what we going?
6.
A 6.
And this is why. I would say maybe and perhaps it's because it's just been 3 episodes. But I've not been satiated. I need something to grasp. I need something to hold. It's the end of the school year, and in and around this particular time of the year, that is when all of your attention is on a soap opera, because you're gonna have the summer to watch every single day. And right now, I don't have a storyline that I'm like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I don't like. I remember my mom and her friends. They'd be on the porch smoking their little cigarette, drinking their little beer, and they be talking about the stories, and I'd be right there with them, and I was like, yeah, Victor Newman, he did say that, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need them to set this up a whole lot better in and around this time. I'm paying attention, and May sweeps. At one of these weeks is sweeps weeks, and I've not seen anything that like really held my attention, and so my ratings are going to continue to go down until I get that.
I think that is a fair assessment. For me, I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I'm gonna say 7, simply because I was glad that they name dropped Leah. I did appreciate that piece. I feel like the blaxploitation piece for me brought it down a bit. That was anticlimactic and ill-placed, so I didn't care for that a ton. I like the danger piece. We have Grayson trying to whisk Ashley away and Naomi being there, and so all of that exposure happening. I did enjoy those pieces, but definitely not higher than a 7. Not enough Leslie, not enough Eva. And just a few other pieces that, like I say, didn't quite go beyond that. So I'm going to say maybe about a 7. Not enough to just completely turn it off.
You know what? Like, I was thinking about like some of the best storylines. The best storylines involved almost every single character. Every single character was at fault for doing something, whether it was illegal or not. Every single character was at fault for doing something which, kind of fed the story along. And right now, if Grayson's storyline is supposed to be that central storyline, like I think it's setting up to be, number one, Grayson came out of nowhere. Leah came out of nowhere. Like all of these people we're not really truly invested in, like all the other characters. Shanice, I'm more invested in Shanice than I am in Grayson or Leah. So the fact that these new characters are coming in to be that spoiler for the show, they're not thinking well enough in advance. I have a problem with that.
That's a fair assessment. Getting a little bored with the Shanice and Ted thing too. I didn't say that, and I like Shanice. I think she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. I like her acting. I like her now more than I did in the beginning, because to me, she just gave me very messy and just problematic. But they gave her a little bit more depth, so I appreciated that. So, but I am getting a little bored with that too. But yeah, for me, maybe about a 7. So okay. I'm hoping we get a full 5. Next week, I'm not sure if they're still going to be streaming with the sports broadcast to set it down to 3 again. Hopefully not. So we'll see. All right. Anything else lingering? All right. Well, join us again next week for Beyond the Gates. Let's see what the gates bring us in Fairmont Crest. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you later.